Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malie, and today we're going to be planting some of the seeds for my indoor garden. Now, I have my outdoor gardens, and the bulk of the food that I grow is from out there. But I do like to try and grow some food indoors. Now, the things that I grew indoors last year that worked really well were the lettuces and the kale, and I was able to harvest off of them most of the year. Now, I wanted to kind of up my game a little bit and try a little bit more, so I have a few seeds down here that I'd like to try. So let me show you the ones that I'm going to try this year. Now, we're definitely going to do lettuces again. I like the red ones and the green ones, black-seeded Simpson, and then there's a mix of some sort that I got from Baker Creek. I'm excited for those. We're going to do a mesclun mix, and I'm really excited for these. We're going to start these indoors. This is a hearty chard mix. I got it from Snake River Cooperative. It's a cooperative of farmers in Idaho that have grown a bunch of kale and then just save the seeds for whatever survives their winters. So if they can survive the winter in Idaho, maybe they'll survive the winter here. So what I'd like to do actually is plant these seeds, use them indoors, and then plant them out in the spring. Then my new favorite, Chiji Misai. We're gonna try some spinach, more rainbow chard, some stuff for my kitties. We've got catmint and catgrass. Then I'm going to try a new one. I found out about micro dwarf tomatoes. They only get about 9 inches tall, and they're perfect for growing indoors under lights. Now I'm going to try these in 2 different methods. I actually purchased an Aerogarden that I'm going to be getting here shortly, and my next video will be the Aerogarden. Plus I ordered a bunch of other micro dwarf seeds that we're going to try. So we're going to start the orange hat in pots today. Now, I've done seed planting videos in the past, and I will link them up above so you can kind of see what they look like. But there are 1 or 2 things that I changed this year. The first one was how I sterilize the soil. Now, I've had a real issue with fungus gnats, as I'm sure all gardeners have when they grow indoors. Now, I found that you can actually get rid of them with mosquito bits, but I really don't know if mosquito bits, the water that you make out of it, you soak the mosquito bits in water and then you water your plants with it. I don't know if that's good for edibles. So I wanted to find a different way. One of the ways you can do it is to bake the soil, but I didn't like the idea of putting soil in my oven. People do it. I didn't have a great container for it. So I've tried one other method that I learned from the Rusted Gardener. Now, I sterilized my soil the way the Rusted Gardener did a couple of days ago, and here's a video of how I did that. Before I take the seed starting mix to the plant room, I wanted to try an experiment. I heard on the Rusted Gardener that boiling water is a good way to get rid of fungus gnats. Now, every time I bring a new plant in or start new seeds, I get a huge problem with fungus gnats. I've been able to control them with mosquito bits, but I really don't want to be using mosquito bit water on edibles. I don't know if it does anything to them or not, but I would like to try something else. I'm going to try pouring boiling water into the seed starting mix, stir it around, and see if we can, number 1, not injure myself, and number 2, get rid of the soil gnat problem before it starts. So I have a nice pot of boiling water. We're going to be very carefully so I don't injure myself or my equipment or anything else. Pour that into the seed starting mix. And now very carefully, I'm going to stir that around to make sure that we get to all of it. Oh, it smells lovely. Now, it seems to be mixed in really well. I'm going to before it cools off too much, I'm going to put a seed starting tray over the top of it and see if we can block in some of that heat for a little while. I'm going to try one of the humidity domes instead and see how that works. Now you can see I have the soil that I put the boiling water in, and hopefully there was enough of the boiling water and it stayed warm long enough that it killed all the gnat eggs. If it didn't, then I guess I'll just have to use the mosquito bits or find another way to kill them. A lot of people say to let your plants dry out completely in between watering. And I have an aloe vera that's behind me that I do that all the time. I don't water that until it's almost completely dry. And the gnats were the worst they ever were this year with that. Once I watered it with the mosquito bits, they're completely gone. So anyway, I have my moist soil right here. I'm not going to go over step by step what I do for planting because I've done other videos on that. So let's plant up these seeds.
Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna
Watered in with the humidity dome over the top. I'm going to stick them under the lights. As for the lights in my grow room setup, I will link a video up here that talks a little bit about the lights and what they are. The soil I used is a seed starting mix. Any seed starting mix would be fine as long as it's got a fine texture. The one that I like to use is the Miracle Grow, but like I said, it does have fungus gnats, so you'll need to find some way to sterilize it or kill the gnats afterwards. I do have it in a self-watering tray, which I'm not going to put the water in until the seedlings are up and well established. When I've used the self-watering tray in the past, right at the beginning, the seeds have rotted. So that is my basic setup, and I will do my video once I get the extra micro dwarf tomatoes and have my Aerogarden set up. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and go have a wonderful garden adventure.